our next group of ladies coming up, Gina Hawks. I remember back when I was in ABTF, traveling around, and I remember watching this woman at every single hotspot I went to. There was Gina. She's always there training people, and I can just remember following her lead. She always had such charisma in front of the room. She was always such a great teacher, a great servant. And then the other group of ladies that are coming up, they also were mentors and figures in my life who I have looked up in my 8-9 years with the Alliance. And we are so blessed to not only have just great mentors overall here at the Alliance, but you ladies kick some butt. Y'all ladies kick some butt. Y'all give it up for the ladies of the Alliance. Please help me welcome to the stage the top tier women of the Alliance. Gina Hawks, bring them on up.
Heads up. Heads up. Here's another one. And another one. Yeet, yeet. Why you all in my ear? Talking a whole bunch of shit that I ain't trying to hear. Get back. You don't know me like that. Get back. You don't know me like that. Yeet, yeet. I ain't playing around. Make one false move, I take you down. Get back. You don't know me like that.
All right, give it up for these ladies. That's right. Okay, so real quickly, I'm going to introduce our panel. Many of you know these ladies, but we have Michelle Colin-Jones here. Michelle's team production is averaging about $60,000 a month, and her personal production about $20,000 a month. She is a regional manager with the Alliance. And then Miss Olga Mathis. Nobody knows Olga. Olga Mathis, she and Jason, their team production about $500,000 a month on average. Personal production about $20,000 a month. They are junior board members with the Alliance. Miss Tia Edwards. Dream Team, where are you at, Dream Team? Team production, Dream Team production, averaging about $250,000 a month. New junior board members with the Alliance, she and Terry. And last but certainly not least, Miss Mia Fennell, also part of the Dream Team. Team production about $90,000 a month. Personal production on average about $25,000 a month. She is a national manager with the Alliance. So you have some powerhouse ladies to hear from. And hopefully the men didn't leave the room. I see a lot of you still in here because we can all learn something from these amazing ladies. So thank you all very much for being on our panel this morning. I'm going to start with Michelle and ask a question that some of you ladies, if you're new to the Alliance, this has probably gone through your mind. I know Michelle said she gets pulled to the side almost every meeting and asked this question. As a female, are you afraid to go into these strangers' houses who send in a form that I don't know anything about these person, and there's some crazy people out there in this world, right? So are you afraid to go into these houses and meet with these clients that fill out our forms?
Oh, man. I do get asked that question every single meeting, every single time. And so it's so important that we answer it, right? And so if that's you, that was me too, right? Because I see a lot of guys doing it, and I'm just like, well, what about me, right? And what's cool about it is the answer is no. I was definitely nervous. But here's the rule of thumb. It's just switch it. Like, when you're scared, you're thinking about yourself. And, like, what's going to happen to me? But here's the thing is somebody sent in a form asking for help. they don't know who's coming to the door, so they weren't looking for you. And I had to get that through my head. It's like, I'm here to serve, I'm here to help, and when you stop thinking about yourself, the fears go away.
Awesome. I love that. That's amazing. So another thing that I think sometimes people are thinking, maybe particularly females, because of the fears of going in the house, is what about, did you start in telesales and doing it from your home so that you don't have to go into these strangers' homes?
No. I did 3.5 years, maybe 3 3/4 years doing it all in person. I just followed what everybody else was doing. And like now, yes, telesales are an option. But no, that wasn't the secret sauce. And guess what? The same people that you're seeing in person are the same people that you're talking to over the phone. And it doesn't really make a difference on that end at all. And so no fears. Don't be scared. And let me just give this disclaimer. Ride-alongs don't really do anything for you. Like, I was like, this is me, my opinion. I just think, like, ride-alongs just show you how to start a conversation in someone else's home. But y'all not paying attention to anything else that the agent is doing, the textbook sales, the connection. Y'all not paying attention to it. So I think, like, just don't be afraid. Just try it out, and we'll coach you along the way.
Awesome. Good job. Okay, Miss Olga. A lot of people don't know Olga's story. I tell people all over the country, Olga, I don't know if you know this or not, that most people would not have struggled through what Olga Mathis struggled through in the beginning. I mean, honestly, the things that she went through and didn't have the successes right in the beginning. But thank God Olga Mathis didn't quit. Thank God. So, Olga, if you'll talk a little bit about the struggles, kind of your focus, how you've stayed consistent to win here at the Alliance.
Hey, you all. Right now, it's like I have an accent and I want to cry, so you're not going to understand, really. But when I think about when I start with the Alliance, was so much struggles, and I said, I'm not going to cry. But let me tell you, the first year I made $3,500. And thank God I didn't quit because I didn't have I had a shot. I had an opportunity to be with this amazing company. And I was a luggage handler throwing bags into the belly of airplane. But I always knew there was something else that is going to give me more opportunities and live a better life for my family and change the legacy for my family. And I remember when I went to the first dialing section, and that is what, yeah. So to the rally point, and immediately they say hello, I hang up immediately. And then I try again and I said, I hope they don't answer, because I was super scared. But I said, this has to happen. And I got so upset with my husband because he said, Olga, you don't have to do this, because I was crying all the time. I couldn't sell. I didn't sell to nobody. My brothers and my cousins, they buy from me, thank God. But I keep going, and I said, I know I can do this. I don't have another choice. What else I'm going to do? I don't want to work in American Airlines again. My back and my shoulders hurt, surgeries. But finally, things start to happen because I was persistent and consistent. I was going to everything. Even I didn't understand what they saying, but I didn't care because my dream was big, and I was on the front row, always fighting for the front row, always looking for Andy and Jane and all the leaders. And when I saw Diane Lampe, always I said, I want to be like her one day. And always thinking about her and the amazing leaders. And I said, I can do this, Jason. And he said, you don't have to do it. You can do something else. He said, no, I know I can do it. Yeah. And Rito made me cry because he didn't understand what I'm saying. And I said, I'm going to show these gringos that I can do this. Okay?
That's right.
And things start to happen, and I begged my husband, and I got so pissed off with him because I said, you speak perfect English, you can make the phone calls, and you don't even help me on that. He said, no, I am a banker, don't bother me. So finally, things start to happen, $100 here, $200 there, and finally, when I saw $1,000, I said, oh my God, this is happening. I cannot quit. I have to keep going. I go to the hot spots, going to these big events, and seeing all these amazing people and learning, and then finally, I made $9,000 in a month. And that was crazy because my husband, the gringo, he said, oh, wow, I gave a part-time job to him. Yeah. And then he started to do amazing, and things start to happen, and my life changed so much. And living the life that we're living right now is super crazy. Why? Because I had a big dream, and because I didn't quit. And I know where you are right now, you are new. I was there too. But stay. Keep going to everything. Keep going to the events, to the hot spots, to all the activity call, the TWC. There is where you have to stay because you recharge your batteries. Right. So that is what I did, and I keep doing, and I love it. I love it. I am super excited. You can see, right?
That's awesome. This place wouldn't be the same without Olga Mathis. So I remember time and time again Jane Albright talking about just don't quit. Like if you want the secret, that's one of the secrets. Just don't quit. Just keep going. There will be times when you'll want to quit. Just don't quit. We're so proud of you, Olga. Okay, Miss Tia.
All right.
So, as you guys know, Tia and Terry building a massive agency, a massive business. So, I want to talk to you, have you talk to them a little bit about how you connect with people. Okay. We know that's so important as you're building a business. And just talk a little bit about how you're doing that and building this amazing dream team.
I will. First, I want to say thank you so much, Gina. Thank you, Jane and Andy Albright. Thank y'all so much for this opportunity. I feel like Antoine was talking about me this morning, like, am I worthy of this? And I know God is with me and with all of us right now, Olga. Yes. So as far as that connecting piece, it goes a little bit back to me when I was the way I was raised, Gina. Growing up, like, we didn't have a whole lot. And so, but my grandparents, they had farms. And so our way of serving and connecting and with our family and with our friends is like they would give vegetables out of the garden, the fruit, the apples and the plums and all that stuff. But then once I came here to the Alliance, Jane Albright, I remember a time when Terry had went on his first trip with Andy. They flew out wherever they went. And just out of nowhere, Jane just texted me and she was like, Tia, I just want to let you know, I see that they just landed. It's that little stuff like that I've called on by being here at the Alliance for 10 years. And so just like out the blue, Jane will reach out or send flowers. Last year, I had surgery. It was just like flowers coming from different people, just here from the Alliance. And so just from that, I've learned to connect with our agents by reaching out, just out of the blue, seeing how our agents are doing. To me, Terry got the business side of it, the money side. You know, he does all that, the numbers. You know what I'm saying? But me, in order for our business to go to another level, we got to keep touching our agents. So you just never know what agents are going through. Yesterday evening, we was having dinner with a group, and Amina, she's down in Florida, and she said, I got to tell y'all one thing. That Josh Parker, he reaches out to me just out the blue, just whenever I'm feeling low. He don't even know that he's reaching out to me at the right time. She said, you and Terry, y'all always reach out as well. She said, Tia, I was at my lowest point. You called me, and just the things that you said to me made a big difference. So it's just reach. That's between me and Amina.
Stay out of it, Terry.
So, but people need to know that they are valued. Like I've been reading again, Intentional Living by John Maxwell. It's like we got to value people. We got to value where they are. Like, it's not about us. It is not about Tia. It is not about Terry, but it is about our dream team. It is about our Alliance family. So that's the connecting piece for me, Gina. Just being able to connect and really like serve our agents in any way that I can.
Yeah.
Love y'all too.
And they do. I'm on several group chats for when people are in the home and have questions. And I'm on several of Terry and Tia's. And I mean, they are there and they are serving from the front, leading from the front. And it's not hard to see why the Dream Team is growing like it is. Mia. So, give it up for Mia Fennell. Mia's team has been growing like crazy. I was in Charlotte a while back, and we had a rocking meeting. Had like 50-some people in Charlotte. A lot of those, Miss Mia's team. So talk a little bit about how important it is to have enough people and the right people with you to be able to grow.
Yes. Thank you, Gina. Thank God. Thank Andy and Jane for the opportunity. Tia and Terry, Olga and Jason, Riddle and Angela. This opportunity has been amazing. So watching us grow especially over the past, I would say this quarter has really been a true testament. All the things that we've been hoping for, dreaming for, coming together. A big piece of that is the having the right people in place. At the beginning of the year, I said, had a conversation with Riddle, and I said, hey, I want to hire more people, right? And that's what we did. So we brought in a recruiter, we brought in an executive assistant, we brought in social media manager, now hired a lady in the Philippines. And what I noticed about myself over these past few years I've been doing this, because I'm 7 years in this month, right? And what I've noticed about myself is I still had a very corporate mentality. I come from corporate America. I'm sure a lot of you all do here. And in corporate America, it's so much about you and the bottom line and doing what you have to do to get to the top. And it's all about you, right? So it took me a very long time to understand that this business can't just be Mia, right? So you're trying to spin all these plates and carry it so much on your back when you don't have to, right? The leaders of this company tell you from as soon as you start making money, hire somebody to help you. And I don't know, for some reason, bucked the system a little bit, said, oh, wait, there's been times in my business where I said, I can do it. And you're trying to recruit, you're trying to sell, you're trying to build agents. It is impossible to do this business to the maximum, to your capacity, and not have help. And I'm so grateful for every single person on this front row and the leaders in this business who have really been such a great example to show us that it's okay. I love how Tia and Terry, they say that when they had their cleaning business, how they saw that they were netting less than their employees. But that just tells you that it takes having other people in place to run it. Granted, they weren't making a lot of money in that business, but look at how it's showing up in this business, right? So I would just say that if you're in a place, even if you're brand new and you're thinking, how in the world am I gonna recruit and have all these agents and build this business? Don't do it by yourself. It was never meant for you to do it by yourself. You have to have people in place. Genesis and Michaela, oh my gosh, they've been amazing. But have people in place that will support you. Tell your team your vision, right? And that's one thing I'm learning too. Tell your team your vision and they will know, okay, this is what we gotta do to help this person get to the next level. And reach down and bring your team with you, right? So it's been an amazing journey and I'm so grateful every single day. I wake up now and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is real life, right? And I'm just so grateful for it.
Awesome. Keep the mic, Mia. I'm going to ask you another question. So talk a little bit about how you've overcome some of the mental blocks that maybe we get sometimes to overcome and be able to give yourself permission to win at this.
Ooh, that's heavy. Okay. overcoming mental blocks. So I had a group of brand new agents with us last night, and we were just talking and telling, what the journey has been to get to this point. And I told them, I remember Amber Brown, she's brand new with us. I told her, I said, I remember having $4 in my bank account when I first started here, right? But here's the thing about it. I'm like Olga. I always had this thing that one day it's going to get better, right? So there was so many things that has happened in this 7-year journey as we've been growing and developing. And I feel like I'm matured, become a woman in this company, But the mental blocks have always been there. There's always been things that the enemy has come in and tried to stop anything you're doing. Anytime you're trying to step out and be successful and prosper and walk in abundance, the enemy is right there, like on you, trying to stop you from whatever it is you're doing. And the one thing that he's going to always attack is your mind, right? Your mind. But one of the biggest things that we have in this company, the 8 steps, and how it talks about reading, listening, and how heavy Andy is on us when it comes to reading, right? So making sure that every single day, and I'm not going to sit here and lie on this stage and say, every single day I read. I ain't that good yet, right? But I'm trying, right? I'm trying. And 15 minutes, yes, 15 minutes a day. That's it. And we're growing and we're developing, right? But that is what helps with these mental blocks. That's all it is, 15 minutes. Yep, the little things. And it compounds over time. So I would say for the mental blocks and the second part, the main thing, yes, for the mental blocks is, is just making sure that you are constantly being around great people.
Yeah. Awesome. Olga, I know you guys are starting off into the estate planning and stuff now, but that's not where you started. And sometimes people that are newer in this business, they see like the shiny things that we're doing. And there's a lot of different things that we do. Talk a little bit about starting with the basics and in this business.
Well, thank you to Jane and Andy for the opportunity that changed my life. And when I started, the 4 basics is to go to a house and learn the products, obviously, right? So the basics is because I have agents who come to me and say, hey, I don't want to do sales. I just want to go straight to estate planning. And they don't even know nothing about life insurance. So I always said, hey, you have to learn the basics. I started from the bottom, and then I go in levels. And the next step, I start selling regular life insurance, final expenses, mortgage protection, term, whole life, IULs. The next level is learn IULs. The next level is Medicare. I do Medicare, but I don't like it. So I don't like it too much. But I just sold 2 Medicares a week ago. So I still do it, but it's not my thing. And then I said, okay, I know I can do this. Yes. I already know how to sell life insurance and all that. I want to go to the next level. What is my next level? But I got super, oh my God, estate planning? No way. When I see Bill Krause and all that amazing people doing that, I said, I don't think I can do that. So I think about Pastor Antoine. Okay, I think about the stick, and that is me. I had a stick, and the other word was total, whatever, like that. I have a lot of dreams. I know I can do it, but I always didn't believe about myself. I didn't believe about myself, but I said, I have to do it. If I did the basics, why I cannot do the estate planning now? And let me tell you, in December, because my husband, he don't even ask me. And I said, well, he didn't ask me if I want to do estate planning, but I'm going to do estate planning. So I went to Jason and said, hey, my new goal for New Year 2025 is do estate planning. He said, okay, you have to start study. Okay. So I started to do all the videos and NAAU. And then after National Convention, I start to do the estate planning. And guess what? A month ago, I closed 2 annuities. That's not crazy? $173,000 and an $80,000 annuity. And now I'm working in a $500,000 annuity. And I'm working with another guy that has $7 million. Me. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. So just believe in yourself because I know you can do it, but start from the bottom. Start with basics. And I have people that said, hey, Olga, I want to do what you do. That I do it now, the calls on the phone, virtual. So you don't know nothing. You're brand new as an agent. You don't even know how to connect with people. Come on. Just fail fast, and then you're going to win. So go to houses, connect with the people, learn the basics, and then you start to go up in levels.
Awesome. That's Olga. Okay, any of you can answer this. I want to start with Michelle because I know you have a really good relationship with Riddle. And so I want you guys to talk about the importance of building a strong relationship with your upline, and that's how that's helping you in this business.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so your relationship with your upline is only everything. And if you're brand new, the coolest part is the person who directly hired you or even the person above them. Somebody has worked really, really hard to build a relationship with one of these people up here. And it's cool because you can leverage that right from the jump. And so for me, through Big Mike, I got to leverage his relationship with Riddle to get closer. So that's the trick. Does that make sense? I just gave you a quick tip, all right? So, but through the years, so for me, I come from like super humble beginnings, like super humble beginnings. And so for, with Angela and with Riddle, they are exposure for me. They're exposure for me and Cassie, like the way that they travel, the way that their kids live, the way that their house is, the cars they drive, like. And then what's really cool is that I just try to just watch him. And if you guys just get a chance to watch any of the leaders, watch how they talk, watch how they interact with their team, watch how they have dinner, like that's how you can copy. Like, you see what I'm saying? And it will allow you to duplicate within your business. And so for Riddle and Angela, like especially Riddle because he's so headstrong, right? And he's so competitive and he pushes himself beyond measures through his body and mentally. And it's like, how can my problems be, you know, how do you have when we work out, this man, like I have thrown up doing workouts with him because I'm just so like, yeah, I'm going to push myself because you're pushing yourself. And so you lock arms with people who are just going to the top and automatically, like you're in line to get to the top. Does that make sense? So we have 6 partners who just busted out, and every one of us is kind of connected in the way, and so they just busted out doors for us to just follow. Come on.
Oh my goodness. So for me, it's growing. Like as far as like, I feel like it's our obligation to grow for our upline, for Olga and Jason. It's because of them that we are here. For Riddle, for Andy and Jane, it's our job to grow for them. And then another part I look at, like being in consistent communication with the upline is so important. Like we bug Riddle, but at the beginning, it was Olga and Jason that like they were in our ear all the time when we used to stay in Georgia. And Olga, when y'all used to have the Elite Women's Call, Olga would call me, Tia, we about to have a call. Jump on that call. I need you on that call. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be on that call. But I jumped on it, and I appreciate it because I got to hear Diane Lampy. And then, so just like now, all the time, Andy Riddle, before we make any moves, we're always reaching out. Hey, Riddle, do you think this is the right thing that we should be doing? So that open communication, being consistent by reaching out is so important to us as well.
Awesome.
And I would add to that, having those people in your corner who's going to root for you, who's going to say, hey, go for it, do what it is that you want to do. And the support system has been absolutely incredible, huge part of our journey. We have the most open leadership here in this company. I mean, you go other places, you will not find leaders who are making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, who are willing to walk right there alongside of you and just help you through your journey. It's really not unheard of, but it's one of those things here at the Alliance. I heard Adam Katz say it yesterday. No other company has it like we have it here at the Alliance with our culture.
Okay, and one thing that I so grateful and is for Bill Krause and Jake, Marnie and Sabrina. I went to their seminars. I spent time with them and in the intakes. And Bill and Jake, they're not in our organization. But that is the beauty about this company that nobody has. Like, it's some companies that they are so selfish and they don't want to tell you the good things. But here, when Andy Albright give us this opportunity, I say, oh my God, this guy is always looking how we can make more money. And then when Bell, I said, I'm going to call Bell. When I decide to do estate planning, I said, I'm going to call the best of the best. That is Bill Krause and Jake, number one. Right. So I called them, and immediately she said, read this book, The Bucket. I said, okay. And then she started to tell me a bunch of things, and then I went to Marnie and Sabrina, and we help each other here. It's amazing. Thank you so much, guys, because I learned so much from you guys. Thank you, Andy and Jane.
Yeah. It's so true. The team that we have here and the support, and they say experience is the best teacher, but really somebody else's experience is an even better teacher, because then you don't have to go through it yourself. And I promise you, your leaders in this company have gone through some stuff. So take advantage of that. So this can be a somewhat male-dominated industry. Not in the Alliance, though. We got some females winning. So talk a little bit about how you keep from comparing yourselves to others, be it male, female, whoever, but not comparing yourselves to others, but how you stay focused on your goals instead.
So I don't think comparison is bad, like at all. Like I don't think comparison is bad. I think that's the only way you know how to measure. Now, who you comparing yourself to, that plays a part, but also here's what I look at is like when you're comparing, look at everything. You know, like what are they doing? Like they're making money, and it's like, hey, I'm running appointments too, but are you reading? Are you listening? Are you getting coaching? Are you like they're doing this and I'm doing this too, but are you doing the rest of it? And then I think that for like when you look at people who have come in this business and taken off, right? So Riddle sold 6 months, came in this business making $250,000. So he had won before. Andy and Jane have won before. So when they find a vehicle like this, they take off, but that's because their dues were paid somewhere else. You have to pay your dues. Your dues are due. And so for me, I came in this business at 24. My dues are due here. And I have to learn how to win here. And the coolest part is that y'all are all winning here. Like the formula is written out to win, and it's in the 8 steps, but it's also in multiple other books that you're gonna find. And the formula for success is the same for everything. Like for everything. And so here's the coolest part is like, don't be afraid to compare yourself, but compare yourself to the people who are in the front row who are actually winning, and then try to copy the things that they're doing. So compare where you're at 10% and they're at 90. Compare yourself where you're at 50% and they're at 100. And then step it up in those areas. But don't compare yourself to people who don't have fruit on the tree and be feeling real good, because that'll keep you complacent.
Well, for me, I'm a little different. Like a few years ago, I got to be honest, I was comparing our business to other people's business, to some of these leaders up here. I'm like, daggone, what we doing? Like, 'cause they moving, they getting all these people. Terry, we got to do something. I mean, we ain't doing something right. And so to me, it caused us to be frustrated. We were mad. Like, is this the right place for us? But then it switched, started developing and growing my mind. And then, like, how do I get mad at Adam Katz and Adam and Beth Katz when they've been here for so long? They deserve to be where they are right now. So instead of us now getting mad and frustrated, we might get frustrated sometimes, but less. But now it's like we're on the side now where we're celebrating because we know that one day if we stay here, we are going to stay here. I know because we're going to be here for a long time. We're going to get to where Beth and Adam Katz are. We're going to be where y'all are. We're going to hit that partnership because we're not going to stop. We're going to keep growing. So now it's no comparison. It's like I just want to be where y'all are, and we're going to just keep fighting. I want y'all all on this front row to keep fighting because we ain't stopping. That's all I got.
Well, for me, I'm going to talk about comparison, especially to the brand new people, because that happened to me when I started. I remember when I went to the first rally point and I saw this lady doing 20 appointments like this, like nothing, and me hanging people, not talking to people, scared about my accent. And by the way, Aisha, I think she's from Africa. She asked me last night, Nigeria, how can you do with the accent? I said, people love accent. I remember when I started to talk to Andy, and I said, Andy, I promise that I'm going to start to work on my accent. I'm going to get better. He said, no, don't do it. Leave it like that. People like it. I said, okay. So now I don't care about my accent. I don't care. If you understand me, good. If not, Jason will translate. Yesterday, I was talking to Robbie Crumb. He said, what, whiskey? I said, Jason, can you translate for me? And I was saying, do you have the thing that you guys doing here? It's hard for me to pronounce. The show that you do here. Skit. A skit. I said, Robbie, are you doing a skit? A skit? Is a whiskey? Whiskey? So no. Okay, but let me come back to this really quick. So let me tell you. I was talking on the phone, super afraid, but do not compare. Do not compare. I had 11 years in the company. When you are brand new, don't even compare with somebody that has 6 months in the company. Please do not do that. Okay, just keep working, keep going to all the trainings and listening to the coaches, but you're going to be here. You're going to be here if you keep dreaming and do it, okay? No gated community, I'm sorry. I used to say that on the phone, by the way.
Yeah, I think comparison is good. I mean, I think when you get in, yes, you have to make sure that you're keeping things in perspective. A person who's been here for a month is not going to have the success of a person who's been here for 11 years, right? But it's okay to use that as a goalpost for you. And if you say, hey, I want to be there one day, be there, and we get the opportunity to be able to get to where we want to be and do the things that we want to do in this company. So I think it's absolutely great to compare yourself.
All right. To wrap up, we've got ladies up here who are doing this business with a spouse, and we have ladies up here who are not doing this business with a spouse. So talk a little bit about how it really doesn't matter, because I know there are people that think, well, Terry and Tia, I don't have a spouse doing this, just like Pastor Antoine said, well, I can't do that because I don't have a spouse. And so talk a little bit about how you can do this business, whether your spouse or significant other is with you in it or not with you in it.
Yeah, no excuses. It doesn't matter. If you're single like I am and you're in this business, have a good staff, have people to help support you. But if you have a significant other like I do, as long as they're a supportive, positive person, that's what you need. Have somebody that's going to root for you and say, hey, go for it, chase your dreams, do what you want to do. But you don't have to put a limit on yourself because you're not married. There's plenty of people who are having success here who are not married.
That's right. Amen to that, Miss Mia. It's a strong thing when you're able to work with your spouse. And what I feel like at the beginning, we used to have a mediator. We had to have somebody in between us because, we had to have a referee, and it was Chris Hill at that time because we both wanted to we both saw vision for the dream team. You know what I'm saying? But Tia had to learn how to back up a little bit because I know Terry know the way for our team, and I know that he is the visionary for our team. He is the head. So I had to learn how to back up, but still find where my strength was in the business. So I would say if you're married, find your strength. And whatever your strength is, you work the heck out of that thing. Because where Terry's weak at, that's where I'm strong. And where I'm weak at, that's where he is strong at. So you got to figure out it's that power of one. You got to know how to work together. And that's all I got right here. That's all.
Okay, really quick. I started by myself, so I was single when I started. I mean, married, but I was me. I did it for 1 year, and then I was, drag him to these big events. He didn't want it, but anyway, he came, and things start to happen. Don't bother your husband or your wife. Just show the money. Show the money in the bank, and eventually they're gonna come.
And although Cassie isn't directly in the business, I loved what Haley said yesterday. She said, I help Brandon dream bigger. And I'm like, you know what? That is exactly what Cassie does for me. She is the voice in my ear that is a visionary. She likes very fancy stuff. She's making me like very fancy stuff. And so we got to get to the top.
Awesome. Get on your feet and give these ladies a big round of applause. Thank you so much.